What you doing that for?
Well, because it's called loitering and prowling, and you're obstructing.
Come on, man. What you doing that for?
I'm his cousin. I ain't do nothing. I just got over here. Come on. Hey, no, come on. Go put your hands.
About to go to jail.
A 12-year-old boy and a 14-year-old girl opened fire on police officers during a 30-minute battle. This was an unbelievable and disturbing event. With stolen guns in their hands, they started a fierce gunfight that forced officers to hide.
10-4, they're shooting at me. She's re-racking around inside the shotgun.
One even has to do with aggressive teenagers who didn't seem to care much about the law, showed their feelings when police were trying to take several guns from a car. These cases clearly show teens getting into violent fights with the police. Our first case is that of a 12-year-old boy and a 14-year-old girl who shocked the world by opening fire on police officers in a violent standoff. On the 1st of June 2021 in Volusia County, Florida, a 12-year-old boy and a 14-year-old girl opened fire with guns on police officers in one of the scariest and most shocking events in recent memory. What's even scarier is that these were young people, not experienced criminals, who decided to act violently and cause chaos in an event that shocked the police.
Gunshot fired. Everybody get hard cover.
They were coming out to kill cops.
A 14-year-old girl and a 12-year-old boy were suspects in the crime. They had run away from a center for troubled teens. They went into a nearby house to hide and found a bunch of weapons inside, including a handgun, an AK-47, and shotguns. Even though cops showed up, the situation got out of hand. With a shotgun in her hands, the 14-year-old girl quickly fired at the police from behind a parked car.
Shooting out the rear window toward my direction. Just busted out the window in the back. Stand by. Female has a shotgun in her hand. Stand by. Put the guns down now! She's got the AK and the shotgun. She's wrapping around the top of her neck.
One cop could be heard frantically trying to describe what was going on and pleading with others not to start a gunfight with kids over the radio. While the situation was still developing, one cop said, "Let's not shoot kids, man." The girl kept shooting, and it was soon clear that the police were in a deadly battle with two kids who were much more dangerous than anyone had thought.
Hold behind hard cover. Let's not shoot these kids, man. Let's just
10-4, they're shooting at me. She's re-racking around inside the shotgun.
All right, let's not engage them anymore. Let's not challenge them. Just hold behind hard cover. We're just going to hang out here.
Let me do this. Don't do this.
The young girl refused to give up and kept shooting, even though people tried to stop her. Things stopped being crazy after she was shot. Travis O'Brien, the 12-year-old boy, broke down and walked out of the house with his hands up. But this turning point didn't happen until after a few shots had been fired, which meant that damage had already been done.
Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, at least 10 bullet holes.
Everyone in the community was shocked by how brave the young attackers were. These kids were hurt by something much worse than normal bad guys. It sounds like the girl talked about the game while aiming at the cops, making the shockingly clear link between made-up violence and real violence. Now, Travis and the 14-year-old girl are being charged with serious crimes, such as trying to kill police officers in the first degree.
Charged with attempted first-degree murder of a law enforcement officer.
But the question of how such young kids could become so cruel makes this case even more troubling, which will lead us to the next case of a 5-year-old boy whose reaction towards the cops was out of hand. In Montgomery County, a shocking incident involving a 5-year-old boy left people furious and police officers confused. Some worried people saw the kid outside of school and knew what was going on. This is when the event started. When the police quickly got there, they saw that the child was upset and confused.
Hey, come here. Come here, buddy. Yeah, we'll be out with him. It's gonna be at 733 Silver Spring Ave. What's going on, man? What are you doing?
Avenue 2, George 14, 733 Silver.
What are you doing? Huh?
I tell you what.
I got you. Listen to me. How old are you? How old are you?
5.
5. You feel like you can make your own decisions? Huh? You feel like you can do what you want? Are you an adult? Are you 18? So why are you outside of school?
The cops didn't try to make the scared kid feel better. Instead, they called him out for leaving school without permission. For a long time, they told him that he should know how bad what he did was because he was too young to decide for himself. As the cops tried to fit the crying child into their car, things got worse.
Okay.
All right, can I give you a VIN? No, for a license.
Listen to me. I want you to listen very clear. You don't make any decisions for yourself unless somebody is trying to hurt you. Now, is somebody trying to hurt you?
George Yankee.
You're right.
King 6.
I got it.
3
Yeah.
8 5. 8
Yeah.
Robert 2.
You got it right.
3.
Come on.
There is no
Yeah.
Trying to hide behind the car.
Ready?
That's him.
David Edwards Lincoln.
Get in.
Time Edwards.
Now. I'm not asking.
Silent.
Get in the car.
Sam.
I'm going with you. Let's
Oh, we're going to have problems. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I don't want to hear it. I still don't want to hear it.
Even though there were tears and protests, they were clearly mad and kept going. One cop said they would punish him if they didn't stop their plan, and another said they would call his mother to make sure he was punished.
Get out of the car. Get out. Now. Get out of the car. Now.
I can't understand. I just let you just go.
Because you're making your situation that much worse for you. When you get home, your mama's going to have something to say to you. Okay? I'm going to talk to your parents too. You know why? Because you bad. Now get out.
Okay.
Get out.
Come on. Come.
All right.
Come.
Come on.
We're going in.
The police were still strict even after sending the kid back to school. It was clear that they were shocked by the child's defiance as they scolded him sharply. What kind of reaction could someone that small and young have to authority? It looked like a dream. It was clear the cops were mad as they tried to keep the kid in line. The 2 police officers told the boy he was acting badly and that bad things would happen if he didn't calm down. It was hard to understand why the boy kept going on his mean rants, even though people were being nice.
Know what? Sit down.
2008 Cadillac.
Sit down.
Shut that noise up. Shut that noise up now. Boy, I'm tired. I hope your mama let me beat you.
From a case of a boy proving stubborn and breaking the rule to another. During an arrest for a gun bust, a group of Ohio teens shockingly showed anger toward police officers. The teens engaged, who didn't seem to care much about the law, showed their feelings when police were trying to take several guns from a car. Something a teen said set the tone for the chaos that followed. If I had a badge on, I would beat y'all.
How long she gotta stay in here?
We just have to figure out, there's a lot of guns in that car. Like a lot of guns.
And if you don't mind me asking, like, why did y'all have to, like, look in the car? Or y'all just did?
What's that? I don't know
Like,
why they...
What made y'all search that car?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. As you can see, my car is way back here.
Right.
So I was one
I
of the
was
last
just
ones to
asking.
arrive.
I was
So,
just asking.
I don't know. I don't know if someone called and said that there were people with guns in the car. I don't know. But,
I definitely, hey.
One of them said they had acted violently against police officers' family members. These kids were quick to insult and threaten even more severely. The situation got even worse when the group made fun of the cops and didn't follow orders. What's really scary is that they kept questioning authority while officials try to keep things under control.
Like, you only hard because you got a gun right? You know all these don't shoot.
You know what? Do you know what? Do you know why it's
That's the only reason why you hard, bro. You got
You're the kind of kid back in the day when I didn't Man, I would beat the shit out of you.
You won't be allowed around here. You hear me? You won't be allowed around here without that bag.
I grew up here before you were born.
You end up being a police officer.
I grew up here before you
That's
were
different
born.
from you. You're a police officer.
That's right, but I was here before you were even born.
That don't mean you were somebody. You was a Man, they talk about the police just pulled up out the blue for no reason. Y'all didn't even have no reason to pull them over. You know.
As things got worse, one teen yelled at the police to step back, and another yelled, "You're not solving murder," which was a clear jab at the police for not moving the case forward in some cases. As things got worse, it was clear that these kids were not only refusing to listen, but they were also ready to make things worse.
He just did a legal search because nobody was ever in this car and hopped out.
I'm right here in Joy Park. I don't know why. Because they was in the car. They said they found whatever they was going to find. I don't know. They was sitting in the car park. We all been in the car park for like an hour, 2 hours. And they moved up and searched it. You don't know me to say my name, dude. You a detective? You a detective? What's your detective for what? What's your name? How you know me? You don't know me.
The police did their best to keep the crowd under control and stop any more fighting, even though the teens were becoming more aggressive and making threats and refusing to back down.
Sprite.
Hey, Willie. This female ain't gonna make it.
Okay. All right.
A lot of teens, some of whom were known to have crime records, had gathered, and some people were worried about how they were acting. And it was said that a group of kids were fighting. Things quickly became out of control. The police were called to deal with the situation, but as soon as they arrived, the group became more violent.
I'm gonna tell you. This ain't a. Oh, I'm gonna tell you. You're gonna get.
Come on, what you doing that for?
Why? Because it's called loitering and prowling, and you're obstructing.
Come on now, what you doing that for? I just came out here.
Him.
He ain't got nothing to do with that. He just got school.
Who are you?
I'm his cousin.
You're his cousin?
I'm his cousin. I ain't do nothing. I just got over here.
You can take me. You can take me. You can take me.
Come on. Hey, no, come on. Yo, put your hands.
You about to go to jail too.
Get the heck stop. Get the stop. Sir, stop. Please, sir, stop.
Hey, I'm gonna back it up. Back it up.
It's my big sister, please. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. That's my big sister. That's me, bro. My big sister, bro. Please don't do nothing.
Take me out these handcuffs.
Put in the car.
Step away.
Big sister.
Step away.
For what? I ain't do shit.
Loitering and prowling.
I'm carrying my hood.
Get the out of me, bro. We got nothing to do. We just game over here.
What began as a search for the teens turned into a fight. Not all of the young people tried to talk their way out of the problem, and some said that they had nothing to do with the fight. As the police tried to enforce their power, it got harder to keep order as the crowd became more angry.
Called obstruction. Loitering and prowling. I can do this all day long.
Yeah, last time you talked to me, you said you were going to kill us all.
I didn't say that. So we just put one time out. You just put me in handcuffs because I didn't want to answer your question.
That's called obstruction.
That's not.
And right now, loitering and prowling and obstruction.
Do you know the rule, love?
Do I know the rule? Yeah, I know the rule. I know the rule.
You just put me in handcuffs.
So, absolutely, it's not a rule.
Let me.
I'm not sure where you got that rule from, but that's not a rule.
I don't have to answer your question.
You're right. You don't have to answer my question. You can go in handcuffs.
Take a seat.
Now it's called loitering and prowling and obstruction. Have a seat.
One teen was arrested as the fight got worse. For those who were already unhappy and were starting to rebel against the government, this seemed to make things worse. When more cops were called to help control the crowd, things got worse. The teens kept fighting back. Some tried to run away, and others didn't want to be arrested, even though there were more cops around. Even though they tried to explain themselves, the police kept arresting them, which made things worse. There was still a lot of trouble. A family member of one of the teens showed up at the spot while the arrest was going on. The mother was upset and confused, so she tried to find out why her daughter had been stopped.
Okay, apparently there was a large fight out here. We don't know why yet. As this large fight broke out, officers arrived on scene here and we tried to gain control. Your son was shot, charged at one of the officers. He didn't get hit, he didn't hit anybody or anything like that, so he was detained. When that happened, I guess his sister came up and that's when she struck 2 officers. That's why she is now detained and being placed under arrest. Okay?
So out of this whole fight, my daughter the only person going to jail?
As of right now, yeah.
Mom! I want to speak to my mother. Mom! Shut up, boy! I know you out there! What you keep hollering for me for? You don't think I can hear you? Do you not understand that I'm already pissed off? Because you told me that you was staying after school. So how the hell your ass end up pissed off?
He called me and said,
and I don't give a when nobody called you and say, and you supposed to be your ass at my house. So how you get crossed out to Savannah Gardens?
Because they called
I don't give a why is my daughter going to jail? Because you doing some extra.
No, ma'am, they was trying to jump Kimora and I jumped in.
It was told to her that her daughter had been taken for her part in the fight. Even though the mother said her daughter was trying to protect someone, the police said the teen's behavior during the event made the arrest necessary.
Good. I'm her mother. Why is my daughter in handcuffs?
Your daughter is in handcuffs because she was fighting and then thought it was a good idea for her to try to swing on the police. So as of right now, your daughter is about to go to the juvenile detention center. You can ask him questions.
Okay, also, where's my son?
Who's your son?
The little light
He in the car too.
They
tried to tackle. No, this is what happened. She was not fighting. They was jumping a boy, and then Rashad had jumped in, and I guess they tried to arrest him too. So that's when Kimora swung.
All right, we're gonna stop all this. So this is the way this works.
As the tensions rose, the scene became more chaotic, with more teens being jailed and the crowd getting bigger. On Halloween night in Hot Springs, Arkansas, a shocking encounter unfolded, leaving an officer injured and 4 teenage girls in handcuffs. What began as a warning quickly escalated into an altercation that spiraled out of control. It all began around 7:15 p.m. when Lieutenant Kenny May noticed a group of girls walking along the street. He saw one of them throw a can into the road and decided to pull over to address the littering. He walked up to the girls and warned them that if it happened again, they might have to deal with the results.
For throwing this at a cop? Okay, so yeah, throwing it at a cop. Hey, it's all on camera. Y'all are making a real face. Get out of my face. Listen to me. Listen.
Instead of working with him, the teens became defiant and spoke back, refusing to take him seriously. May was following the group to show their parents what they were doing, which made things worse. One of the women threw another can right at him, starting a very angry fight. Instead of calling their parents, the girls cursed and got more and more angry. May tried to calm things down, but the group got violent. One girl grabbed him and others joined in.
Get back.
When the officer called for help, the girls struck him and hit him in the face and neck before help arrived. As May tried to calm the girls down, the body camera caught the tense moments and him telling them to stop. When more police arrived, the teens were restrained and put in chains, while chaos broke out.
Hey, you better put your head behind your back.
Because they are teenagers, the girls have not been named in public. Even so, what they do causes second-degree abuse charges. The video, which blurs their faces to protect their privacy, shows how hard it can be for cops to deal with even young people. This event brings up important questions about how teens act, how to respect authority, and the dangers that police officers face every day. Halloween is usually a happy and fun night, but this year it was a depressing reminder of how quickly things can go badly. Those are the cases we've covered today. It's clear that these incidents bring up important questions about how young people are interacting with authority and the challenges law enforcement faces. What do you think about these cases? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to spread awareness and help others stay informed. And until next time, take care and stay safe.